Flywheel variable ND filter with hard stop. Hard stops. How nice is that? It's pretty nice. Clearly, you guys are here. So with nothing else to go on, I already know one thing about you. You like watching content on YouTube. Whether it's dirt bike or camera or whatever brought you to this channel right now, doesn't really make a difference. Whatever content you make or you watch, it all starts with a camera. And you know, honestly, everybody's got one. But here's the thing. So as great as an iPhone is because it's in your pocket, or a GoPro is because it's a jack of all trades, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many cameras out there that do so much more and at such higher quality. And maybe it's just because I'm an underdog at heart, but ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my new Fujifilm X-T4. You can't see it. It's this guy right here. Look at him go. Look at him just taking the videos right now. Let me tell you, it works great. See, for the longest time, I've been using a Canon mirrorless camera, right? And this is a great camera. It's super inexpensive. I think I picked this up for $200, and it's basically a T3i, but in a mirrorless body. And it's fantastic, aside from the focus hunting that we all are very aware that it did, and I'm sorry about that. This body though, the X-T4 changes everything. This is gonna allow me to do higher quality recording, it's got better focus tracking, and it's also got in-body image stabilization, which is gonna be great, because we're gonna start shooting a lot more things handheld, out in the wild, actually, you know, playing around with dirt pickles in the woods. All that being said, I am very well aware that this is not going to be a forever camera for me. Probably gonna keep it for a couple more years until Fuji comes out with something even better. I wanna keep this as protected as possible. Let me explain. We're doing a couple upgrades. We're gonna do a couple protection things just to make sure that I don't get any little small chips on the edge of the metal casing and the rubber doesn't wear out. Because my XT1, when I sold it, I'll tell you what, it was smooth on the back grip. The EVF chamber box EVF, it just didn't look like it was in great condition. Now, I mean, I had it for 5 years, so I'm not beating myself up about this, but if we can prevent that, then great. We're putting a vinyl skin on this camera. It's by Alphagard. There's a V in there where it doesn't need to be, and I'm not exactly sure how to say it. I also don't care. It's going to protect the rubber, it's going to protect the case edges, it's going to make sure that the camera just doesn't get as beat up with general wear and tear. These kits are cheap. It's about 50 bucks for the camera and $25 for 2 out of my 3 lenses. They don't make a kit for my 80mm lens, so Alphagard, if you're watching this, make a kit for the 80mm Fuji macro lens, because I really like it, but it doesn't match the rest of my camera now. So if you guys found yourself on the channel because of the dirt bike content, then you kind of already know the application process for this, because it's not really any different than putting on dirt bike graphics. So now that the camera's wrapped and it looks like a James Bond villain, we're putting a cage on from Small Rig. These are pretty cheap. It's under $100. This adds a bit to the grip space on the camera, which makes it fit just a little bit better in my hand. It adds impact protection around the outsides. It gives me significantly more mounting points, which is really nice, because like even right now while I record this, I've got a mic and a light on the top of the camera in cold shoe mounts, and I can't do that without something on top of the camera. The other thing that the cage does is it has an integrated Arca Swiss mount. Arca Swiss is one of the standards for tripod integration. It's really nice though. I don't have to bolt anything to the bottom of the camera and then have it sit unlevel, because the cage just has that. And the fact that the cage has that is going to make switching from handheld to locked off just tremendously easier for me, which I'm super excited about. The other thing with handheld shooting is the cage does add just a little mass and a little size to the camera, which makes it easier to hold steady while you're filming. So anytime I'm filming or I have anybody else filming for me, the cage is going to make it just a little bit easier to hold still. I also probably will add a side handle or a top handle at some point. I don't know, TBD on that. Side handle, I can't flip the screen around with a side handle on this camera, which kind of defeats the purpose of the XT4. Why didn't I just get an XH1? We're off in the weeds again. Most of the people here are not camera nerds. You probably came for the dirt bikes or something more related to dirt bikes than camera gear, but this is all part of it, you know? This is the behind the scenes. This is how we make content, and I'm here to do that, all right? I mean, if I wanted to just ride dirt bikes, I'd just go live in a van near the woods. Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. So let's start a conversation about cameras. Click the like button, go down below. What do you record on? Is it just GoPro? I'm not gonna judge you. I'm probably one of the few people out there that won't judge you. The first, I think, 10 videos that were up on this channel were literally exclusively GoPro. They were shot completely on GoPro with no external mics. And I know audio is a big deal, but GoPro's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to buy a $50 adapter in order to plug a mic into your GoPro. And I didn't have an external recorder at that point. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. New stuff comes out every week, I promise. I'm going to be here with you as long as you keep showing up with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I know you guys may think I drink a lot. Do you know how difficult it is to talk to a camera when no one else is in the room? You'd be surprised. I'm not going to go into depth about why I went with a Fuji X-T4. I just think it's a great camera. We can talk about that in another video if anyone's interested. For right now, what we're talking about is how to protect this video. Not a sponsored video, but today what we're going to be doing is outfitting this camera body and this lens with protection from AlphaGuard. Not because I think it looks cool. It does look kind of cool, but that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because